Hello friends of solar, it is me Lamar Romero, and I'm making a video tutorial for you for solar. So listen up, get a pen and paper, because this is everything you need to know if solar is going to work for you for wherever you live in the United States. So first, I think I should tell you that I chose solar, yes, because it's green, but also because I wanted a good investment. I wanted something with a good ROI, about an IRR of 8 years, or basically 12.5%. Basically, I wanted to be able to pay for the electricity it would produce in 8 years. And so I made sure that the rebates, that the national rebates, as well as my city rebates, kind of match that, as well as you also have to have a utility that pays um, a good rate of return for the energy you return to the grid. If you don't have national rebates plus city rebates plus a utility that'll pay a good rate for the return of the energy that goes into the grid, then solar may not be right for you and you can pretty much stop watching. But let me go ahead and go through some other data points because I think it's helpful for everybody. So this is everything that I've recorded since March 31st, 2017. I wanted to wait a year to make this video to make sure that this all made sense. And so this is kind of how my bill has tracked here in the yellow. I basically not paid anything since November of 2017 in forms of electricity payments. Everything else has been a credit. So all this other data is me just tracking, well, how much the software is producing, which is important, and then what's getting credited back to the system, and when I'm actually getting billed for, or raw usage after what returns to the grid. So basically, these are grid tied systems. There's no battery backup here, so if the power goes out, my electricity goes out too. It doesn't matter if there's sun out or not. But whatever the sun's up and running and it's coming down and it's generating electricity, you can actually see my meter powering backwards. That's me making 11 cents a kilowatt hour. So the GreenBelt Energy plan is very interesting in that I pay 11.6 kilowatt an hour for electricity. Check your electricity statements. That's probably a lot more than a lot of you pay. But I also get an equal credit of 11.6 cents kilowatt hour for everything I put back to the grid. That's what really and truly makes this make sense. If I can produce more power than I consume every month, then I will have a net electricity bill of zero. Because when the summer months come, my AC is going to go crazy, right? I've got to keep this house cool, 2,400 square feet, and it's got to be extra cool for the wife and kid. So that's where I'm actually going to lose this credit. I'll start paying for electricity in the summer, and then as the summer fades and we go into fall, I should actually start generating credits again. And so I wanted to show you a little bit of the software that's used. Now I'm going to tell you that the vendor I used last, because it's very important. But this is actually, I have an 11.76 kilowatt install, and this is a picture of it, of my roof, with taken with a drone. So a lot of this solar is east facing and just a little bit of south facing, and that's another thing that you need. Get out your pen and paper, because if you don't have east and south facing roof with no shading, then solar may not be right for you either. You need that. It can't face to the north, it can't face the west. You notice I don't have anything on this side, and that sucks because my office is actually right here. And about 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the summers, it gets hot. The sun's over here somewhere, and I have a thermometer outside. It actually says it gets around 120 degrees right out here. And I actually have an AC that I use to keep my office cool. Really, guys, AC is the big, here in Texas, AC is the biggest killer of your electricity. If you run you got those 2-story homes, guys, and especially if you got 2 units, you're even using more. But I suspect that about 60 to 70% of my usage during the summertime is AC. So the AP dashboard here, this is just really, really cool software. I'm going to go ahead and go to the reporting module here. And this actually gives you a really quick screenshot of all the electricity I produced in the months that I've had this. And I had a kind of an issue during the summer where some of my inverters were off, and they had to come and fix that. So I didn't actually produce as much in 2017 as I should have. But look at that. I got about 11,000 kilowatts of electricity on a, and that's not counting January, February, Monday, on a 11.76 kilowatt system. So, hey, that's pretty cool. But you can already see that the January, February, March months that I missed here, this is another 2-3 kilowatts of electricity. So I'm already tracking here pretty well, right? I should blow out 2017's numbers. So this data is really, really cool to have. And then I can download this. It tells me how many lights I saved and all that other stuff. But what I really like about this thing is that I can actually show you in a day, like a typical day, what a typical day looks like. So this was today, which was kind of a cloudy day. These are my cells. Remember that picture we looked at? When I hit play here, let's see. Well, let's just go back a day. Let's go to April 30th. There we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and play April 30th. As the sun comes up, we speed it up a little bit. You can actually see my power cells charging. So these guys right here usually are the ones that charge first. This is a cloudy day. Let me see if I can. There we go. All right, so you can kind of see them getting sun. Now here comes a cloud. Boom, there it goes. Here comes the sun again. And some of these guys are actually reaching max capacity. You want this to be a perfect bell curve. There are days when it's a perfect bell curve. When I'm just getting so much solar electricity charging here. This is it. See how they're powering up here? So these guys kind of go first. And then around 11 or 12 o'clock, when the sun's in its apex, the very high, you'll see all these boys all kind of light up. And this is really great software because I can see if I'm having a problem with a certain cell. I mean, maybe there's a tree shading in the way, or maybe it needs to be cleaned. Now, I have not had to clean my solar cells since I bought them. Like, I'm climbed up there and I haven't scrubbed them down or anything like that. But you can kind of see a typical day. So, I hope you kind of enjoyed this tutorial of Solar 101. I hope it's useful for you. I hope that you've got the right things in place that we talked about. You've got the right south and east shading facing roofs. You have the right utility company. You have the right city rebates or state rebates, and the national rebate's still alive. Hopefully no current administration or future administration will kill that. And then what I'd like you to do, if you really want a competitive quote, I got 3 quotes from 3 different vendors. GreenBelt Solar is who I went with. They're responsible for all the software. I'm not going to disclose how much I paid exactly, but it was around $20K after all the rebates and everything. It's been totally worth it to me. I used a home equity loan to get the money. And ask for Adi and tell him Lamar the Dragon sent you. He knows me very well. So Adi has promised me a referral fee for anybody who comes to him from me. So I told him that I'd make this video in a year. So I'm going to send him the copy of this video too. So please let me know if you have any questions. I love talking about this stuff. It's never a problem for me. So let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully solar works for you like it did for me. That's all I got. You guys have a great night. Bye-bye.